Everyone, Wednesday, February 10th. It's a hockey day. There's snow outside. It's snowing slightly on the East Coast, just a little bit. We're going to talk about hockey, and these games are probably taking place in Canada, right? I did do some work on the NHL algorithm. We're going to talk about some work I did. Did some substantial work today, and there will be more work this week. But let's talk about the two games that are on the slate tonight first. So we have Boston and the Rangers. Tuukka Rask going up against Georgiev. The Bruins are heavily favored here. I've done some adjusted uh, calculations to come up with the power now. I'm actually incorporating the goalie strength into this, and that is gonna we're gonna look at how that has panned out historically. This is a new change just today, so the power percentages are more adjusted. Like Toronto and Montreal used to be higher adjusted power teams, but I'm now incorporating the goalie as part of the score. So which is interesting as we talk about this game because Frederick Anderson is at an 88%. He's clearly the best goalie of the four today. If you're doing fantasy or something, that's the guy. And these two teams, Montreal and Toronto, are supposed to put up a lot of goals, which is why the over/under is set at 6.5 because we think this game is going to be a 4-4, 4-3 game, something like that. That Toronto barely wins. But let's talk about this Boston game again for a second, because I think this might be the better game to bet. Thinking 6 goals, so it's right around close for the over/under. Goaltending on the Rangers is suspect here with Georgiev's goaltending. So Boston's been playing well. That's a reasonable percentage. Their goaltending is not great apparently with Tuukka Rask. It's okay, but not great. But okay, I guess it's good. But I think Boston wins this game at -165 is actually a pretty reasonable line for them here because they're dominating in all of the areas. So probably Boston money line's good. And then this fun game here, we like Toronto on the road, but is anyone really on the road? Look at their goaltending, look at their percentage, look at their projected score, look at only -110. So it's saying take Toronto and take Boston. It's like an old original six night, right? With all these teams that we recognize. Now let's talk about what I've done and how this has panned out in the past now. So yesterday was actually a pretty good day. I did do some betting. I lost, even though I won a lot of games because I made a ridiculous bet for almost no money to catch like 7 things, and I only caught, I think, 4 of them. I didn't, oh gosh, Edmonton did not cover. This is what drove me nuts. They only won 3-2, and I had them -1.5. That was a killer. But other than that, not a bad day. So some good things in here. Winnipeg loses. But this is what made me, Winnipeg we had to win. They lost to Calgary. This is what made me incorporate the goalie numbers today. Was I saw Markstrom at an 82%. It was like, how are we favoring Winnipeg when Markstrom is tied for the best goalie on here with Vasilevsky? So why would Winnipeg actually put up more in that game? I want to incorporate Markstrom's high percentage here. And I've done that now, and as you retroactively look at it, it still favors Winnipeg, but it's getting closer. The margin was worse yesterday, I think. So anyway, it's going to be incorporating itself more, and I think it'll get more to an equilibrium point where it works better. Here, these two goalies do give up a lot of goals. This game does go for an over. Look at how low their adjusted power percentages are. You can tell that's heavily related to their defense. So anyway, looking further back in time, there's like a 3-3 day. I'm really working with these adjusted power percentages and the goalie strength. So we're going to see how this all pans out. Another thing I've done is worked with injuries. So as we now incorporate anybody who has an injury that's not a day-to-day injury, like Radulov's day-to-day, so he might play. So his stats are going to be included. But if these people have injuries that are not day-to-day, like IR, IRN, out, I'm not including their points as part of the projected scores and the power percentages. So this thing's getting better. So today's is in better shape because it's been cleaned up, and I've got all the players updated. So I like Toronto and Boston. I guess that's your parlay today. If you're going to pick 2 winners, I'll probably do that myself, along with other college basketball. I will be at the George Mason college basketball game tonight in like 3 hours. Watch out. I'm going to be there. I'm rooting for George Mason. I think that maybe showing up will push them to win by 9 points. But anyway, we're talking hockey. I still haven't done anything with lineups. That's the next thing that needs to be hit up in this in this file is to work with lineups and to do lineup combinations and lineup comparisons, because that's part of figuring out how these teams are going to match up as we get more in depth here. So, all right, guys, good luck, everyone. May all your picks be doing the best that they can do.